What's up, my pilots? Angryponcho here. Welcome back to Ocarina of Time Out of Order. In this episode, we're going to the Forest Temple. So, the first step is actually getting there, because we do not have some of the required prerequisites. We do have the hook shot, which is required to get in, but we don't have Saria's Song, and we don't have Patience. So we're going to work around both of those. So firstly, this is Mido. You remember Mido, right? Actually, we never met Mido, so who's this guy? What's going on? What's his deal? In any case, he wants to chat with us, but it turns out that we don't want to chat with him. I'm gonna yeet my phone across the room. Yeet! Because every time it buzzes on the table, I feel like it's really loud. So let's get Kokiri boots on. And you basically can just backflip over this motherfucker. You get an angle, something like this, take your hook shot out and just fucking go for it. Yeah. That's all there is to it. It's not super hard to set up, nor is it super precise. Can I get a bomb drop? Nope. Let's see. Can I get a bomb drop? No. Okay, that's fine. I don't actually need them. I just like to have full. Alright, now it's the Sacred Forest Meadow. But, because oh, god damn it. I was hoping to avoid that. There's actually a way to skip this dialogue by doing a glitch that we're going to do here in just a minute. I just wanted to kill the moblin first, so that if I fail the glitch, there's less punishment, and I don't have to wait for him to let me come out of the water. Because this first one is super annoying in the way he knocks you into the pit. Come here, you. How about you? So, these ledges are just slightly too high, and there's no way to, like, get up there. But there's a way to get up there, and it's called a ground jump. That's what we've been accidentally doing when we've been trying to super slide. Which, by the way, I have learned there's a setup for a single bomb super slide, so I'm going to try and do that. No, I've managed to do neither. Let's see if I can do this single bomb super slide. The timing is different than the two bomb, because you have to try and basically grab and get knocked off by the same bomb. So let's see here. Nope. Okay, well that was a ground jump at least. If you go with that timing, you get this state where you can't swing your sword. You can't go into C up. And if you do a side hop or a backflip, you get this weird upward jump. Well, it turns out that weird upward jump... Oops. Can you do a backflip for me, Link? Backflip. There we go. That weird upward jump is enough for Link to grab the ledge and just climb his ass right up there. Delightful. Now I wanted to see if I can get that single bomb super slide that I mentioned now. There it is. The timing is not super precise, but I always get it confused. Because for the super slide, you have to go a lot earlier than for the ground jump. See you later. Alright, so one backflip and one ground jump later, we've managed to slip our way into the Sacred Forest Meadow without actually having gotten any of the things we're supposed to get in order to get here. It's Sheik. He's here to teach us a song. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Aren't you imprisoned in Ganon's castle right now? Did Zelda break out of Ganon's castle and switch back into her Sheik outfit so she could come and play the Minuet of Forest for us? Something tells me we've broken the timeline a little bit. The minuet. And that's all there is of that. It's kind of weird that that's one of only 2 warp songs that we've actually got. And in both cases it's because they're unavoidable. So I like this entrance to the Forest Temple here. Because if you go from this log... Dang it, I want to get the angle where he grabs the top of it. Because if you do that, Link's head will get stuck in the dungeon ceiling. And you can get this... Is this thing that reminds me of in Clock Town in Majora's Mask, the 100 rupee chest on the roof. When you jump off that roof into the central Clock Town loading zone, you fall through the ground. There aren't nearly as many places that you can do that in Ocarina of Time. Damn it! Will you please just climb up? What is going on? I'm so mad. Come on, Link. You're making me look foolish. I'm trying to show everybody some... Whatever. There's one where you can do there where Link falls through during the Forest Temple loading zone. Nothing too exciting. We're gonna go up here and snag this small key in the first room. So I looked some stuff up online, and there are some extremely complicated glitches for getting the bow early that are generally used for like low percent runs and things like that, but they're all just crazy complicated. So I'm gonna do some basic strats, and we'll get ourselves a bow, and then do the boss key skip, which is surprisingly easy. I also wanted to mention that I will be doing the Trials skip, but I don't really know how much value there is in watching the Ganon fight, because the Ganon fight at the end of the game is basically the same as the Phantom Ganon fight, and it just feels weird to go backwards to the end of the game. I don't know. Because at this point it does feel like going backwards, because we've done all the temples in reverse order pretty much. Alright, so I believe we need 3 keys in order to get to the bow. And this is another example of a time when we're supposed to have this Song of Time in this case, but it's fine. Gotta fight a couple Stalfos first. Come here, you little shit. Oh, that guy did like a very exciting over-the-head jump slash. We're all very impressed. Anyway, here's my power crouch stabbing. Ooh, I almost got on the chest. I was hoping I could be on the spot where the chest appears, so I'd be on top of it. Oh well. Alright, small key number 2. Now we need to head out into the courtyard. It's like I was saying, normally I'm supposed to have the Song of Time in order to get rid of this block, but we don't have that, so we have to get creative instead. So what we'll do is we'll climb up this side, turn 90 degrees to the right, target the wall. We're going to side hop and immediately side roll, both to the left, and then we're going to start pause buffering. We're looking for a certain frame. We're going to go ahead and let go of L here. There it is. Now we buffer in an L press. Drop down, and I did it wrong. Cool. Let's try again. I think I went 1 frame too far when I was pause buffering. The idea is that when we retarget on that correct frame... Whoops, that's 2 side hops. That's very silly. When we retarget on the correct frame, it'll arrest Link's movement, and the result is that he falls through the block. Oh yeah, here it is. Whoop. He falls right in. Oops, I walked through the door. I accidentally walked, so we're just chilling out of bounds right now. If I look around down here, you can see there's just nothing to do. So what we'll do is we'll use the door to get back inbounds, but the block is so big the game doesn't try to push us out of it. So then we can just turn around and go out the door. Oh, boom. Hazard invalidated. Funnily enough, if we had bothered to get the iron boots, this would be one of the few places where we could use them to sequence break. Because down there is a chest under the water. With the iron boots, it's trivial to just go down there and unlock it. But we didn't get those because it was more fun to do the water temple without them. So instead, we're going to have to go around. By the way, I looked into getting the iron boots, and it was just kind of like, yeah, there's a shortcut to it, but the ice cavern is already only like 5 rooms, so it's not that much of a shortcut. Really, the most annoying part of ice cavern is having to fill like 3 or 4 bottles with blue fire. So anyway, we'll come out on here to this ledge and... Can I not reach that? Hello. Do your standard forest temple procedure, except that we had to clip through the block. Now that the well's drained, we obviously don't need the iron boots in order to get that chest. We can just go over there and get it. Whoop. Oh, I got the sidewalk version. How embarrassing. Not far enough to bother going for at this point. Hello. So what's interesting is that in speedruns, 100% speedruns of this game, the old route, I don't know if it does it anymore, used to go from this upper ledge here and do a mega jump, which is basically just a bomb recoil jump, to go up there and then into the room on the left. But it's also possible to just get there the intended way by going through the doors. I do find it really funny that once you're in the Song of Time blocks, the game doesn't try to push you out of them. I guess it sort of recognizes that those spaces are intended to be traveled through. Okay, so there's one key. I remember as a kid, I would always think about, there's got to be a way to get to that ledge down there. I'll show it from a better angle in a minute here. Yes, thank you, Navi. It's very nice of you to point out the obvious for us once again. The ledge of which I'm speaking is that one over there. But it really doesn't get you anything, because that's the door that I was saying that speedrunners would come into this room through. But the 2 doors that it lets you get access to are both just like one-way funnel rooms, essentially, that don't grant us any useful items or like ways to go. So instead, we'll just be climbing the blocks the old-fashioned way. The slowest and least... This is probably the worst mechanic in OOT. The fact that the blocks slide in like little... The fact that they move in increments makes sense. But the fact that it takes so friggin' long for those increments to get anywhere is so annoying. We'll go ahead and push that one in. We'll climb up here and push this one in. I will say that the puzzle in this room is fairly well designed. It makes you scratch your head a couple times as a kid, that's for sure. But generally, it still ends up being fairly linear. I do like that this dungeon is not as tied up as the Fire Temple was, so you can actually do some wonky things. Yep, go back down. Climb back up. How do you do? Say hi to your mother. And push this block in. Look at that. There are ways to skip this, but honestly, it doesn't take that much time. And the block puzzle is just so well designed. Just if the blocks move a little faster, that sure would be nice. Oh, I guess I never really actually said what I was saying about that one down there. There's a number of ways to get to that ledge. You can hover to it. You can use the hover boots and back walk to it from one of these ledges up here, or even from the one a little further down. You can do super slides from here. You can do mega flips from here. There's a million ways to get over there. It's just unfortunate that it doesn't get you anything. I think in Master Quest it might be a useful skip, but in Vanilla it's certainly not. Here's the next key. I don't remember. Oh, hey, Navi, can you help us out here? Thanks. This corridor is all twisted. Oh my god, you're right. What? Navi, I think I'm going to need some more advice, because I'm not sure what to do here. Watch for the shadows of monsters that hang from the... Okay. Thanks, Navi. You know what? I think I'm going to spend about 3 seconds in this room, and we'll just go ahead and leave. How about that, huh? How do you like those apples? Nice paintings. I wonder what they're for. Alright, let's get ourselves the bow, shall we? Come here, you. Yeah, you can't fall in that pit in the middle, but I can. I love when the Stoffos give you a good pattern, they don't just walk around with their shields up for 5 minutes. So much goddamn waiting. Ocarina. Ooh, the frame lag. Gotta love that N64 processing power. I'm not memeing when I say that, by the way. This entire run has been done on an actual N64, including the time that I've spent practicing. Oh, I just realized I meant to set a Ferrari's Wind in the first room of the dungeon, but that's fine. We can get back there just as quickly by save warping. We got the bow! This is actually the last thing we need in order to go beat Ganon, because we need the bow in order to fire light arrows. I think even with a equip swap, you can't get the light arrows to come out without the bow being there. Just lean over and reset here. And that'll put us back in the first room, which, if you remember how the dungeon is supposed to go, you're supposed to fight the 4 Poe sisters, and then you get around to eventually... The last one is in the front room, and there's an elevator down to the basement. Well, the loading zone for the boss room is already down there. It's just a matter of convincing the game that we deserve to be there. And in this case, it's going to be through the art of clipping through the floor. So, there's a few things you can do that change how far Link moves when he's doing stuff. One of them is like when you wear the hover boots and you do like side hops and backflips, you don't get as much movement. Another one is if you're holding the hookshot out, Link's backflip distance changes, and you can actually make it even shorter by using the hookshot button during the flip, where you almost just flip in place. That's what we're going to do here. What we'll do is basically just back straight up into this corner, as far back as we can get, pull out the hookshot, line it up about there, just a little bit to the right of this line in between the door and the wall. We'll target, and we're going to do probably a real short backflip by doing a backflip and then pulling out the hookshot right away. Yeah, see, that was too far. If you fall off, that's you waited too long on the hookshot input. So just try it again. Back up, angle to about there. Alright, there it is. So we are now, like, clipped into this border here, and if I just press it down a little bit, Link will drop, and if I tap A quickly, he'll let go of the ledge, and then from there, we just hold up. Did I... Oh my god, I think I missed it. Oh, you had to make it sound so simple. I think I rolled the last time, so we'll just do it again. You do have to go forward a bit in order to get it, but I don't know how I missed it that time. I think I might have just had a slightly bad angle. There it is. It's a little more to the right. And here we are at the Phantom Ganon fight. It wasn't that easy. Forest Temple, the hard dungeon. Whoa. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The final boss of the game. Ganondorf. I'm going to show off one of my favorite Easter eggs that it's really already well known, but it's a fun one. What happens if I use light arrows on this guy? I have never tried that. I'm kind of curious. Light arrows don't do a whole lot in this game. They weren't as planned for as they were in Wind Waker, unfortunately. In Wind Waker, light arrows are an automatic one-hit KO on basically every non-boss enemy. I don't think that's doing any more damage than the regular arrows. Especially since the whole point of this phase is just to get him to come out of the fucking paintings. There's something satisfying about never firing a normal arrow and only using light arrows, though. Which one was the left one? Alright. Let's go. I'm ready to play some bottle volleyball. What? I didn't like my return. The one thing with the bottle is that it does have a really short range, so it can be a little, not the best weapon, maybe. Forgot to set up my jump slash for my crouch stabs. What the fuck, dude? That was ridiculous! Oh, okay. I thought I had the timing perfect there, but I guess that last one was a little weird. Ouch. I love that he laughs at you after he gets you, too. It's so funny. Bye, Ganondorf. There it is, folks. Ocarina of Time, out of order. And like I said, there's some other skips I could show, like Trials skip is just a big hover. You know, fighting Ganon, you've all seen that before. I feel like for me, the most satisfying thing is to finish at the beginning. We'll go through all of the adult dungeons backwards, finish off by fighting what was definitely the real Ganondorf and not a puppet ghost or something. And, you know, just feel safe, knowing that the day has been saved. The funny thing is now, if we were to go back to Kakariko Village, we would get the cutscene telling us to go to the Shadow Temple. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Well, I hope y'all have enjoyed this series. It has been a lot of fun for me to go through and really flesh out some of the goofier glitches in this game. And like I've said, I've really only learned the relatively easy ones. So if you saw anything in this series that you think would be cool to try, I highly encourage you to do so. It's probably within your means. So thank you all once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next series. Take care.